What up, Bucks fans? We are back. It is Monday, so that means a real Bucks talk live stream. And man, what a weekend it was! A lot to discuss, a lot to get into. But first things first, my co-host Mark Ramirez. I'm Michael Plus. How are we doing? Again, we are getting closer to the start of the season, start of training camp. But Mark, how are we feeling on this Monday?
It's another wonderful Monday morning or Monday night, I guess we'll say. I kind of went back to work after watching my baby boy for the past 3 days. So it was almost like a mini vacation kind of thing. But yeah, it's always good to talk Buck football. Let's jump into it. Actually, how was your weekend? How was that?
Oh, my weekend was fantastic. So I had a really good weekend. Just the news of Julio Jones that we're going to get into, and the Lightning. What a game that was! 8 goals in two period or second period. So, yeah,
Woo!
it was electric. I'll say that it was definitely an electric weekend. So, a lot of good times. I watched the newest Conjuring. I got scared out of my mind. It was scary. So, but yeah, let's dive into this NFC South shakeup. I mean, it's huge. The Falcons making a big move, trading their franchise player pretty much Julio Jones outside of Matt Ryan to the Tennessee Titans. We talked about I think last week as a possible match in Tennessee, and I feel like it's a really good move for the Titans. It definitely makes them a contender, in that division for sure.
I mean, look at the tandem they're going to have now with the other Ole Miss wide receiver, who's another physical specimen himself. Like what's his name? Drawing a blank. Give me a call in plus. What's his
Oh,
name?
AJ Brown. Yeah,
AJ Brown.
yeah, he's a
Dude's a
beast.
monster. I mean, so you got two guys like that. I'm not the biggest Ryan Tannehill fan. I know everyone's like, oh, he's rejuvenated his career and everything. I think it all runs with Derrick Henry. But that's the scary thing. If Derrick Henry's just running wild all over y'all, that play action game and Julio Jones to throw it up is disgusting. So
Mm.
it sure as hell makes him a top competitor in the AFC. And I think the Chiefs just took a step back for a moment saying, holy crap, now we're going to cover this. And that's their secondary isn't the best. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Teron Matthew, let's see how you match up with that. but what's your take on that?
Yeah, Tennessee. I'm not sure if they're like gonna jump into like Super Bowl contenders, but I
Unloading a $15 million a year.
Like, yeah.
Random video, guys. But yeah, I'm not sure they're like contenders for Super Bowl. I mean, obviously they've been to the AFC Championship, I think, in the past couple years. It's gonna be interesting to see how much this catapults them. Obviously adding a guy like Julio is definitely gonna open up for Derrick Henry, open it up for their play action passing game. It'll give more one on ones for AJ Brown, who obviously is probably the higher end receiver right now on the team. Like he's just got more room to grow than Julio does. Julio is what he is, but he's still really good. So yeah, it's a good dynamic, but really it's going to depend on their defense, how much that can improve. Do they have to score 35 points a game to win? That's going to be the question.
I don't think their defense is bad though. I never thought that was their big
I
weakness.
think it's good enough. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, we're looking more at the Julio Jones addition because that makes their offense just that much more scary. I mean, you got three-headed monster, Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown. And other than that, don't worry because it's just loaded.
Mhm.
Those three themselves. I mean, look at their defense. I like their defense. They just signed up Bud Dupree. With their
Yeah.
defensive line, Harold Landry and Jeffrey Simmons. That's an inside-outside kind of matchup they got going on there. I, I just they don't have many glaring holes to me. I mean, then again, Janoris Jenkins. We
Mhm.
all know him from New Orleans last year. He's just not, and he's getting up there in age. We'll see. Maybe they're secondary, but
Yeah, I think that.
like,
Yeah, I agree. Adding Bud Dupree, I think, should help their pass rush. Obviously, he's got to stay healthy. Harold Landry has to be more consistent. Jeffrey Simmons, again, he's shown a lot of promise. Now he's got to take it up another notch. But you look at like Caleb Farley, that's going to be the big question mark. Like, can he be that guy, right away? Kind of like that Marcus Lattimore impact. Can he do that for their team? If so, they have a really good chance of matching up with the Colts. I think the Colts might be still a little bit better overall as a team, but it'll be interesting division for sure. And let's talk about more of the NFC South impact, because now you look at this Falcons team and now Kyle Pitts is definitely more of a important piece for their offense. Adding with Calvin Ridley, so I don't think they don't lose. Well, they still lose a lot, losing Julio, but again, it'll be interesting to see how that dynamic plays out now with just Calvin Ridley as your main guy, and then you have Russell Gage, who's probably going to be your second option, and then Kyle Pitts, etc.
Let's bring that up actually.
Mm.
All right, so checking it out, boom, jumping into it. They have Christian Blake in there. Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage, like you mentioned. Oh, they signed Cordell Patterson. Just realized that. But I still think they're heavily invested in their offensive line. That many young guys in there. They're still throwing younger guys in there. Like you just said, Kyle Pitts and Hayden Hurst. That's going to be their meat and potatoes right there. Right. And again, they got the Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator now. So what are they going to want to do? Run the ball. Are they going to run it with Mike Davis? I don't know. I mean, is he going to be a takeover type of guy? I mean, it's wide open. So fantasy football this year, who the hell are you going to take for running back for the Falcons?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to be having to throw the ball around either way, just because. But
yeah, it's going to be definitely led by Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's going to have to really take it on by himself pretty much. I mean, he's going to have help, obviously, with the weapons that they have. But yeah, the running game, I think it'll be interesting. Offensive line and how does that mesh? Does it improve? Mike Davis, I think, is a solid running back, big back, kind of fits that mold of a power back that they had in Tennessee. Obviously he's no Derrick Henry, but they have some pieces there to still work with. Again, the Falcons, I think their main issue is going to be defense. I don't think they're going to be able to stop anybody, and that's going to be the issue.
It's another thing, they can't stay healthy. I mean, I guess they got rid of some of the guys that kept getting hurt. But still, Deion Jones, can he stay healthy for 16 games? Now 17 games. Grady Jarrett, I mean, so much has been on his shoulders for so many years, and they don't really get him help around them. So many Buck fans said the same thing about Gerald McCoy. And Grady Jarrett, he's literally been the sole guy in Atlanta. And either way, he's had his name, or what did he call it, an X on his back, or whatever. He still makes plays every week. So I'm still scared with him. Dante Fowler does not scare me at all. The defense, like you said, it's more of a speed type of defense. Let's see what happens with this new coaching staff. I mean, if they're going to have to try and do something powerful, it's not made for that. And I don't think they can make the transition pretty quick. So, like you said, it's going to have to be throwing the ball around. And if you just lost Julio Jones, probably the top 5 wide receiver in the league, when healthy, good luck. I mean, it's going to be tough for them. I'll say that.
Right. Yeah, definitely tougher. Obviously they feel like they want to continue to add draft picks. They want to continue to rebuild and add to that core. You have a solid young core with Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, and they feel like, Pitts can be that guy. And yeah, B. Loggins says it good right there. Ridley can do a lot. So still a tough matchup for your secondary, but again, I think the offensive line can be beat at times, and you can get pressure on Matt Ryan. And so still going to be a uphill battle. And I think that's what the Falcons front office and management, saw coming. So why not, get rid of some salary, get some draft picks, and try to shape for the future.
No, but I do agree with B. Loggins. I mean, Calvin Ridley last year showed up and showed out. I mean, even when Julio Jones went down, he was still producing left and right. It was almost like a Chris Godwin year where he just showed up like almost every week. You're like, holy crap, this guy's extremely consistent. He just made that big jump. I mean, let's see now solely with him being the guy. Does he continue to do that? I guess the same could be said with Godwin. I mean, Rob Dunlap saying Ridley less than Godwin over Ridley. I want to agree with that. I think just based on how big Godwin plays, Ridley doesn't play that big. we'll never know because Mike Evans and him seem like they're going to be together for a while. I hope we never have to know that.
Yeah.
But I disagree. Godwin is way better than Ridley. Godwin would be a number one in most teams. I agree with that fully.
Yeah, I think that's what Rob was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
we as Buccaneer fans know that, and he just does so much more. He can play near the line. He can help in the running game. His blocking's insane. His screens are insane. Like, he does a lot of things right. He's like Larry Fitzgerald of our offense, put it that way. But overall, I mean, B. Logan said it best here. I think Atlanta's a sub 500 team this year. Either way, I mean, there's going to be a lot of changes. I mean, the whole offensive, defensive staffs have changed. You have a new guy telling you what to do. You're learning a new system. It's going to be hard. So you have one thing going for you. You have Matt Ryan and a freak and Kyle Pitts to add to your offense. So that's a good positive there, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I agree. It's going to be growing pains. It's probably going to be very similar to what we saw with Carolina last year, where they were, changing staffs and trying to learn each other. And so I think that's what's going to happen this year. But yeah, so that was, that news came out of nowhere, the Julio Jones trade. So that was something, we thought was going to happen. We just didn't think it would happen, this quickly. But yeah, it's a good match for Julio going to the Tennessee Titans. So with that said, let's move on to some Buccaneer news. And, obviously winning the Super Bowl, gets you some pay raises, and the Bucs head coach Bruce Arians got a pay raise, and so did Jason Licht. So they got some new contracts, which is really cool to see. Well deserved. Jason Licht we've been a supporter of Jason Licht since he's been here, and feel like he's gotten better every year. And he's really built this roster from the ground up. Because when you go back to 2014 and when he came into this job, this roster was dreadful. It was pretty dreadful, because the problem was, and a lot of people don't see this, like during the Gruden years, there was just no team building. There was nothing through the draft. There was nothing. It was an old team. So when Raheem Morris took over, they made it very young, but they couldn't develop the guys properly. They couldn't draft well. Had some bad luck in their draft. And then once Jason Licht came in, he had some, free agent mistakes that he made, but he got better as time went on, got better with his drafts, and now he's got it locked and loaded as far as the process goes. And, adding Bruce Arians in 2019, Bruce brought the culture that this team needed, the accountability, and then adding Tom Brady on top of that, we saw what happened, Super Bowl. So now it's about, can we get multiple?
Yeah, it's a lot of the aligning of the stars. Tom Brady was the perfect alignment for the stars. It seems like everything in Tampa does better with him here. But like you mentioned earlier with Gruden, we're on top of the world, and then all of a sudden, like you mentioned, all these older guy additions. There wasn't really drafting guys. It was, no, let's trade a draft pick for an older guy. Mm-hmm. Let's not worry about building the team. Let's worry about winning now. You can do both. And that's what a good GM and coach do together. I think Gruden just had too much control over the team itself and pretty much imploded it, because there was nothing. There was nothing in the cupboard to go back to. It was just, what was my 35-year-old guy that I have right now going to do? Mm-hmm. Once he's done, oops, I don't have anything back there, because I didn't really think for the future. That's the scary part about it. So, yeah.
You can see what he's doing in Las Vegas right now. Kind of same thing. It's, mix and match, and they're playing with some fire there. But anyway, I think that's really good news today with the extensions, and just happy for both of them, and hopefully they can stay here a little longer.
I wanted to touch one more thing on Jason Licht. Yes, I agree with you. You guys have been following us even before we had the YouTube channel. You guys know that we're big Licht fans. He's matured every year. He's gotten better every year. He's been so quiet this year because he's literally done his job throughout the years. Now he's just keeping his guys. They always talk about keeping their guys.
Right.
And guess what? Proof is in the pudding. They're actually acting on their word. I love it. Bruce Arians brought this insane coaching staff that it almost looks like once he is ready to hang him up because of age, his health concerns, whatever it is, he has multiple guys he can look back to and say, I think I'm going to hand the keys to you. Whether it be Leftwich, Bowles, Goodwin, whoever it is, there's options there. Mm. Which I think as a Buccaneer organization, I think you should be very, very happy and safe with what your future looks like. And you know what? That's a good plug right here. So let me plug this in before. I know it's a little early, but because of that, go ahead and buy yourself some Symbol stock. So if you guys have heard about it, Symbol, our sponsor, the stock market for sports. I mean, I just said it. The Buccaneers are trending up. Might as well get some stock into your own favorite sports team, a la the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So what is this exactly? How does it work? Sports betting is fun. Investing in the stocks market is great. And Symbol has created a way for you to enjoy both of those at the same time. Only with Symbol, you can trade teams like stocks and earn cash when your teams win. So it's a kind of cool concept. Step one, find your favorite teams, Buccaneers, or hell, maybe you're a Julio Jones fan. You're going to chase him over to Tennessee Titans. Guarantee their stock's going up because he's got top 5 wide receiver. What happens when you win? You get payouts. So in the NFL, you get 50 cents per share that you own for every win. So it's an easy way to make passive income. It's like a dividend if you're looking at stocks that way. But you can also trade them, teams like stocks, buy low, sell high, sell overrated teams to the market. It's a cool concept, really cool. If you guys have seen, we had the CEO on here, Kenneth Giles, cool guy. Literally just spit it out, the truth, how it works, how everything is fun and entertaining. But if you want more information on it, hit that play button on YouTube, check it out a little bit more. But hey, let's keep talking some Buccaneer football. And if you want some Symbol, hit the link down below. Get $10. We get $10. Everyone has fun.
Yeah, be sure to hit that link below. Use our promo code RealBucksTalk. You get a $10 deposit right away to, use towards a team that you like, that you want to sign up. I signed up myself. I have the Bucs right now, and I also have the Orlando Magic and the NBA. So, very excited with those 2 teams, and hopefully they continue to, one continues to do well, and then the Magic hopefully continue to rise. Obviously with the coaching change, that's probably going to drop their stock even more. So should be interesting.
Yeah. So another big piece of Buccaneer news that was really big in the news. Let's go over to here. The Cameron Kinley news.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. Navy won't let rookie Cameron Kinley play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're calling him back. I mean, so I almost want to get like a vibe of people's thoughts on this. Like, what do you think about this? I mean, to me, this is my initial thing. I mean, he had an opportunity to at least showcase his skills in the preseason if he did make that eventual cut line. I mean, it's almost like a job interview. I mean, his likely ability to make this roster, probably down near the dumps, let's be honest, probably less than 5%. Either way, I mean, at least you're playing, getting your butt on some videotape so other people can see. So I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about this? I mean, I think it's more missed opportunity kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. The military, forbid him for playing with us, and he has a responsibility there, and it's unfortunate because it seemed like the Buccaneers really liked him. It seemed like he was starting to make some ground, and so we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Maybe he can get an appeal or something. I don't know if he's going to fight this, or maybe he'll find a way to get back on the roster later. But
not permitted to appeal the decision.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. So
Ouch.
yeah, it's just the what the duty calls.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he signed up for this. Then again, this almost puts it to how much is your government going to kind of control you, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of adds to that, but we'll see. Hey, he knows what he got himself into. It does suck that he kind of misses that opportunity to be an NFL player. That's you play for a reason. Your dream is, your end game is football, but
right.
Maybe he has a higher calling. Let's
that's how I see it. Yeah, that's how I see it. And again, just thank you to him, for his service, and yeah, wish him the best going forward. I mean, maybe we see him, down the line, at some point.
This is him 2 hours ago, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So there he is right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so he understands.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, that's a strong-willed dude. I'll give him that. I mean, 6'2", 200 pounds is pretty damn good at cornerback. Kind of fit our mold. But hell, that's the NFL mold of a cornerback now. It's growing bigger and faster. So you never know. Maybe later. You never know. Let's keep going on down the line. Let's see. Also, any questions on our 2 prior film studies on Mike Evans and Lavonte David? We wanted to kind of touch on that. A lot of people were mentioning comments in the YouTube chat about it. I mean, let us know. What did you think of Mike Evans' breakdown? It was very similar to last year's. I mean, that's why we kind of said consistency so many times in that video, because there's a reason why you have 7 years in a row of 1,000 yards. You do the same stuff over and over, but teams can't stop it because it's that crisp. It's that elite at 6'5", 230. Insane. And then Lavonte, again, another consistent player defensively now. 9-year Buccaneer, finally gets the Super Bowl ring. I mean, we all have seen him at the most elite for so long and still doesn't get recognition. Hopefully this year again. Fingers crossed. Let's see. But, your takes.
Yeah, I mean, on the film studies, it was a lot of fun to do. Again, they're just terrific players. It's really easy to, go over their tape because it's just good. It's like really good. So, and I just put together, JPP video, and that is, I mean, outstanding. That guy's always in the backfield. So, yeah, just a lot of fun to do. And I hope you enjoyed them. And yeah, any questions you guys have, just throw it in there. We'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, and then I think B. Loggins. B. Loggins says, I don't think Light got extended, just a pay raise. No, I think he did get extended. Arians got the pay raise. So I'll kind of bring up the story up here again for you.
Yeah.
To kind of reassure you. Yeah, Light has received a new contract and ensures he'll be in Tampa Bay for multiple years. And Arians said he had no interest, blah, blah, blah. It does pay him handsomely. So doesn't add on years. This is the Arians part. Doesn't add on years, but does pay him handsomely for that Super Bowl win in just his second season in Tampa. So just to kind of clarify everything for you guys. And also, yeah, so if you guys have any questions on Lavonte David, yeah, Loggins, thank you. Great vid, guys. Lavonte David was awesome. Wish more fans could see that. And like something that we kind of highlighted, he does this every year, seems like at least 4 or 5 times a year, where there's a pulling guard, pulling tackle, someone way bigger than he is. He takes him on like a man and literally either stops that dude in his tracks, pushes him over, and literally makes the play. And we did that one in the Lions game where he literally stands the guard up, tosses him aside, and punches the ball out, forces a fumble, Buccaneer ball. Right. Insane. I mean, and it's not sparingly. It's not, he has flashes here, then he goes away. He does this every week. And he's done it for 9 years in Tampa Bay. And it's just, maybe it's just a smaller market, maybe because we lose so much. But I'm just waiting for him to literally be mentioned as one of the top linebackers in the league. And you never see it. Never.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that changes, with this year coming up. Again, we're Super Bowl champions. We have national spotlight games. Obviously, the first game of the year is, the Buccaneers against the Cowboys. So, yeah, hopefully that reputation grows and people can see how really good he is. Obviously Devin White's going to take some of the spotlight because he's so good, and Lavonte sets up Devin so well. So it's definitely, as a Bucs fan, we're very appreciative of Lavonte David.
Absolutely, freaking lootly. I mean, we were ecstatic when they drafted him. I remember all the way back when he was in Nebraska. I wanted the guy. And I wanted them to do the old Luke Kuechly and Lavonte David back to back. I wanted that so bad.
Well, when you look at the draft, I mean, and you do a redraft, he probably could have been, Lavonte could have been the first round pick if you really think about it. He deserved to be a top 10 prospect. But again, with the size and, coming from Nebraska and, not having a very consistent college years, he had the JUCO and then he went to, Nebraska after that. So, yeah, but get him in the second round, that made it much sweeter. That's for sure.
But who do we take? Mark Barron first round?
Yeah, Mark Barron, and then we traded up to get Doug Martin, and then I think we traded up again to get Lavonte David, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yeah, B. Loggins said the same thing, trade up for Lavonte. But I still can't believe we took Mark Barron over Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, it's one of those Alabama Alabama traps, you know, you fall in love with the tape and it's like, oh, he's very consistent, but you know, Mark Barron's still in the league, so I can't really, you know, he's doing okay.
Luke Kuechly.
Right.
I'm gonna say. I mean, but just could you imagine the middle of that defense or in our 4-3 when we're back then?
Oh
Either way,
yeah, it would have been fun. You know, you hope, you know, Luke Kuechly doesn't get the concussions that he suffered. Unfortunately that, you know, shortened his career and now he's retired and you know, Levante out, you know, has surpassed him as well.
it just yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but still, it does suck that injuries kind of did that to him.
Right.
Good questions. More about the extension of the contract and everything. What do you guys think of the Light extension? How many more years do you think they added? But then he kind of said here, give me some more winning seasons, and I'll say Light is the best GM ever.
Yeah,
It's
you
pretty good.
yeah, you definitely want to see some consistency. And I think, you know, right now we're in the heyday of the Buccaneers, you know, 2020, you know, beyond era, you know, as far as, you know, obviously we had the late 90s, early 2000s as the last great Buccaneer decade of wins and winning. I think we're on the verge of having that again, you know, now with this current team.
Well, actually, G Vegas, he said Luke would have had some bad years with Mike Smith. Well, Vontae had his best season with Mike Smith's defense.
No, I
Literally.
think actually that was Greg Schiano. Like
Oh yeah, Cristiano.
Greg
Forgive me.
Schiano's early years, it was better for Levante.
Yeah.
It was good with Mike. I mean, but no one wants to play for Mike Smith, and that kind of defense just doesn't work. So
Yeah. And that's I mean, so when people say that dinosaur football, that kind of was that dinosaur football. It was
yeah,
very outdated, didn't switch when needed to be switched. It was just bad. Bad overall. Toes in the line, yeah, Greg Schiano football. Uh or I guess let's see. So Rob's talking about Jalen Smith. How about the Cowboys? Jalen Smith disrespect already forgotten about. He's just talking about how around the NFL he's been written off after a down year. I don't think he's been written off.
yeah.
Well, so the same disrespect with Levante, right?
It happens. I mean, when your team defense struggles, yeah, your star players aren't going to be talked about, and that's what happened to Levante. So, you know, as this defense continues to be more consistent, you're going to see Levante, you know, be talked more about. Same with Devin White. Same with, you know, Vita Vea. You know, the rest of the secondary.
Yeah, I mean another thing, give this dude some credit. He had that ACL tear senior year or junior year when he was going to come out, and then he had the nerve issue where he had foot drop. Where literally he had to play taped ankle. I think he still has to play that way because he has
Yeah, he plays with a
his
plays
ankle.
with a brace.
Right? So this dude's an animal. If he didn't have the injury, he would have been elite, like a top 10 pick, no matter what. He was that good. Him and Miles Jack were insane that year. I remember gushing over their tape. I was like, holy hell, these guys are insane. Again, it's where are they at? Who's around them? I mean, because Levante had good years, but the team around him was terrible. So maybe that's the reason why. You never know. Yeah, Jay Smith is just on a bad defense. He's still a baller. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people who watch the film kind of see what these guys do. We'll give respect, but yeah, it's again, it's 11 working as one. One guy can't dominate for themselves. This isn't basketball where LeBron can just run down the middle of the court, score. Like another reason why I don't really find NBA that entertaining anymore. But I'm glad other people kind of notice it too. Anything to touch on that?
No, I agree. It's, you know, this game, ultimate team game. We always talk about it. You know, you can have, you know, 3, 4 really good players, but if one guy doesn't do their job, you know, that's the end of it. You know, defense is going to struggle. So it's everyone has to be on the same page. Same thing with offense. We could have Tom Brady, yeah, but if you know offensive line isn't working, and Donovan Smith or whoever, you know, Alex Kappa misses a block, you know, the play's done. So it just shows you how, you know, great this game is because it is a team game. And that's why it's the most popular game right now. It's just because it's fascinating to see, like you said, 11 working as one. When it's working, it's amazing to watch, especially looking back on the tape. Yeah, that's just it's fun to see. You see so many things when you're not watching the ball.
I love that. We were on a podcast, like 3 years ago,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh, what's your favorite thing about watching football?" You're like, when you're not watching the ball, don't follow
Yeah.
the ball. And the game's so much more entertaining, and it's so damn true.
Yep.
Watch all the movements, all the calls. Don't watch the quarterback throwing the ball. Watch the receivers. How are they getting out of their breaks? How are they manipulating the corner or the safety? How's the quarterback manipulating the safety? Who's playing who? It's literally the chess match within the game, and it's so damn cool to see.
Mhm.
Or just if you're a black and white type of guy, watching an offensive lineman just mull over a defensive tackle. That's also cool to see. But let's keep going on. Danny Danello in the chat, my boy. What's up, boys? You were right, Mark, about Evans needs to do better gaining yards after the catch. He falls while catching a lot. Seems if the D-back is close, TB12 made a point to get him that 1,000. What do you think that take?
Yeah, we said in the video. I mean, that's the only area of improvement that is needed. Just getting those yards after the catch. For whatever reason, when he catches it, he runs and doesn't really know where to go at first. So there's that slight hesitation, and then it ends up being just a minimal gain. If he can understand he's got more time than he thinks and just continue to run north and south, I think he would get a lot more, and that would boost his numbers dramatically.
I think you said it 100%. It's like the indecision once he has the ball.
Yeah.
And it's almost like when he catches it, it's almost like a jump, catch, stop. It's not a smooth current transition. I don't know what it is about that, but I mean, there's been times where they put him on a screen. He'll do one quick move and get upfield. That's how he should do when he's catching the ball 20 yards down the field too, though. Like,
Right.
catch it, just keep going. Maybe he's thinking that safety's coming over. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you've seen it multiple times where it's like a catch and think instead of a catch and go.
And not to discredit him. I mean, he's gotten better in that area. It's definitely improved. We've seen it last year where he would make decisive moves and get 20 yards. We saw it in the Carolina game early where he catches that ball in the middle, continues to run. So he's shown it where he can definitely take advantage of the space that's given to him. And a lot of times he's surprised, I think, that he has so much space. Especially on those comebacks, because he's just the cornerback is just continuing to run 20 yards down the field, and he's got so much space to work with. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's something he really improves this season.
Well, because that's something that's funny. I heard a podcast with Scotty Miller on a Keep Talib's podcast, and he was like, "Oh, what do you think about getting? I don't know, what was it? I don't know, some 1,000-yard season?" He's like, "Well, that would mean I'm getting a lot more playing time because Mike's not getting doubled or Chris Godwin's not getting in the middle." He's like, I'm getting a lot more playing time. He's like, Mike makes my job way easier. And it's so damn true. He is always doubled. The other team does respect Mike Evans that damn much because that catch radius, he can jump up, get the ball. The sideline's his friend. He's almost unguardable on that comeback route. We kind of showed that over and over and over again because that's his bread and butter. He can literally run it with his eyes closed probably. And then with Tom Brady's timing, it's hard to beat it. It's hard to beat it. Yeah. I mean, to me, like, he can improve in it. Will he become like, hell, Tyreek Hill? No, he's not going to do that. That's not the type of player. Is he better than Keyshawn Johnson at run after catch? I think so. But, I mean, what are you expecting from him? He's a bigger dude. I'm not looking for him to make you miss. I'm just catch it and get upfield. That's all. I don't want to see Odell Beckham shakes or anything. Just get upfield. That's what you do best. Those jump balls are going to be coming a lot more, I think, this season, and it's going to be disgusting. Any other takes on that?
No, I agree. We got a lot of discussion here in the chat. They're talking about, yak yards now, who's going to have the most. And I'd probably say, Chris Godwin or Antonio Brown. They're probably the best two suited, especially if Godwin's healthy. I think he could definitely get a lot of yards.
fall through healthy, money is Godwin because of Yak.
Yeah, I mean, we see Godwin. I mean, he's the best at it. Just he'll catch it, he'll break a tackle, continue to run, make a guy miss, break another tackle, put his hand in the dirt, continue to gain yards.
Pull off that guy.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
yeah, he's fun to watch, especially when he's 100%. That would be something. That would be something. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they do play. They
lead the team in receiving.
I mean, that would be a lot. That'd be a lot. I mean, he'd have to get every catch, I think. But the defenses do play us soft, so there's going to be a lot of underneaths, available.
Oh, look at this hot take. G Vegas. AB beats Evans in total yards this year because his rapport with Brady is strong. However, I say 3 go over 1,000 because of 17 games. That's something we touched on last time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It could be possible. You have crazy numbers this year. You're going to see a lot of running backs, I think, get close to 2,000 yards or even past it. Receivers with 1,000 yards is, it definitely is going to happen. I don't know. It depends on like how the games go though, and like I do feel like we're gonna have a lot of leads. Obviously because I think everyone feels our team is strong. So there's going to be leads, and I think that's where you could see more running game. More run action. So Ronald Jones getting over 1,000 yards, or maybe it's Leonard Fournette. So it really just depends on how the game goes. But if we're passing early to get that big lead, then yeah, you could see some big numbers in the first half. You could see Detroit Lion games where Tom Brady has 5 touchdowns, stuff like that.
Could you imagine all the records that are going to be broken this year?
It's going to be a record-breaking year. I mean, they're setting this up for offense. They want to see the 40 to 35 scores. They want to see get into the 50 type of games. They want to see that, that was it, the Rams and the Chiefs? Was that 2 years ago or last year? It was like that big score game. It was like 48 to 50 or something like that. I think it was a few years back though. That's what they want to see.
Hell, it sells, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much what a lot of these rule changes have been too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
but again, that points to, I think it favors the Bucs because the Bucs have a really good defense, and if you're confident in your defense and your defense is strong, that's going to help you win a lot of games.
It's only getting stronger too.
Yep,
that's my hot take. But 1,000 over 3 over 1,000, I think, is very much possible just because of that 17 game schedule.
And it might not be a receiver; it could be tight ends. It could be OJ Howard, could be Rob Gronkowski. Don't know.
Could we see a 2,000-yard wide receiver? I hope not.
Yeah, that's a lot of passing. Maybe Calvin Ridley.
Not on our team. Yeah, maybe a wide receiver, but not on our team.
Yeah, maybe Calvin Ridley for the Falcons.
Did you see Gio's thighs?
Hey, he's in shape.
Hey, he's shredded. He's got some shredded thighs. I'll give him that.
Never skips a leg day.
No, and he goes ass to grass. He doesn't. No cheating. He's going all the way down. He got that. Hey, thighs are one thing. I mean, Reggie Bush is probably the most chiseled athlete, and he just couldn't really do it. So, but then again, Gio's proven it over time.
Yeah,
he's that little gadget type of guy. He hasn't been getting hurt that often, so that's pretty good too. Keep going down the line. Danny Danilo. Mike was used to 50-50, no risk hit jump balls before TB12. That didn't lead to a lot of yak. TB12 hits guys the stride, making yak easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more just the jump balls in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans in the end zone. We kind of showed it in the review.
Yeah, the back shoulder.
Yeah, that jump ball, back shoulder, cut in, just making decisions of where to place the ball with a guy this size that can win that easily. They got it there. It doesn't matter if it's an out route, deep out route, opposite hash. They're still going to connect some way. Hell, he did it with OJ. God, OJ, keep coming back. Get healthy. I want to see us holding every team to under 9. Wow. Plus,
that's undefeated right there. That's what we want.
Under 9.
Yeah.
I don't want them to gain another yard. That's G Vegas. That's not going to happen. Let's just be honest.
If they come out and hold the Cowboys under 9, I'll be ecstatic. That'll be awesome.
It would. I strongly doubt it. Strongly doubt it.
I doubt it too.
Over under 40.5 sacks our defense will get this year.
I'll say over. We're definitely. I think we got 50 sacks last year or somewhere close to that. I think we'll definitely get over 40.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get over that. But I add this to you. Who's gonna be the sack leader?
Oof. I want to say. I want to stay JPP still.
Over Shaq.
Over Shaq. I feel Shaq will get good numbers. I think both will be double digit. But I think JPP, he's just going to get, I think, the more favorable matchups.
Is that because you just recently did his film review, or is that just based on what you really think would happen?
I mean, it's both. Looking at his film review, I think they don't want to double team him, which is, they do it at times, but they don't do it as much as they do against Shaq Barrett. And with JPP's ability to rush from the inside, and now you have Joe Tryon to take his place on the outside, JPP is going to eat inside a lot. So I feel like he'll get more sacks that way. And then you have Vita Vea, and hopefully Vita stays healthy. That will make it even more easier for both guys. Because we saw when Vita was in there, Shaq obviously does much better.
Over under Vita Vea 3.5 sacks. That's me.
Oh. I'll say over if he's healthy for
really. Oh, yeah.
Really? I think he might reach the 5 sack mark.
If Vita Vea gets 5 sacks, there's going to be a quarterback that gets hurt. 5 sacks.
Well, if he just stays healthy, quarterbacks are going to get hurt. We saw the Broncos game last year. People got hurt. Drew Lock was hurt in that game.
I mean to laugh at this, but yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of good takes here. So on my question, who leads it? So B. Logan said, as long as Vita stays healthy, I think Shaq.
That's a good point. Yeah, he does best when he's in there.
Kay said Shaq, presumably in pressures. We're saying sacks. Mm-hmm. Jack's thinking the new guy, kind of hot take. Devin White leads in sacks. Very much possible. He almost had
9 last year. Yeah.
Right? Last year, if he plays that last game, he probably gets the 10th one. And the way they're probably going to use him even more now, getting downhill, especially with leads. Good Lord. Crazy. Same thing. Farouk Wab said, same thing. Devin has a chance to lead the team. Devin could be defensive player of the year. I kind of mentioned that a few live streams ago. He honestly could. Like, I kind of crunched some numbers. Like, he gets over 120 tackles, 10 sacks, 5 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and a touchdown, or 3 forced fumbles and a touchdown. That's how can you not give him that?
Yeah. No.
And I think he can get that this year. Not with ease, but I think he's very much going to probably get that.
Mm-hmm.
With the way if he makes that secondary move, or not secondary, just drop him back into the secondary and improving his coverage, look out. Look the hell out.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. If he keeps a simplified approach, yeah, he'll be fine.
There's going. Hot take. JPP won't be the only Pro Bowler or All-Pro.
Agreed. Yeah, I think definitely more will be this year.
Sure as hell shouldn't be. I guess Buccaneers were what? We only had one Pro Bowler, and we won the Super Bowl. we didn't just win it; we blew the damn team out.
Yeah,
but we suck. We don't have one Pro Bowler, so I don't know how we did. It must have been out of the blue, fluke. We suck, I guess.
Yeah.
I actually heard a sports analyst call Devin White the next Ray Lewis. He is his own guy, but let's see.
Yeah, a lot of similarities.
Let's go different subject now. G Vegas, what do you think of Jalen Darden? Will get his first target? Will he get his first target? When? I guess I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it remains to be seen. It's hard to predict that.
Yeah.
It's just like, is he going to be involved on the offense? I'm sure he will be if he's dressed. Like if he's on the active roster and he's going to do punt, kick return, maybe they give him a package where he gets 1 or 2 plays, or maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5. So I'll just say week 1. I mean, keep it easy. Week 1.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. Like
Mark just hammered it into submission. That's going to be week 1. So,
well, I mean, he's probably going to be your punt returner. If he's dressed, like you said, he's going to find a way on the field, whether it be just a guy on the outside just running a speed route, or they actually do draw up a screen pass for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the more and more he shows out in practice, and Brady's like, holy crap, this dude's pretty elite. He can move. Like I think they were comparing him to what, Deion Branch? Deion Branch is probably one of the most elite 3 cones ever.
Right. Very good route runner.
Short area quickness.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of those whip routes. Good God.
Yeah.
Deion Jones going to get injured again. And trying to keep up with Jalen Darden.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I really like the possibilities of Jalen Darden. I still love the fact that I was watching another Buccaneer live stream. They're like, why do we take him? What a terrible pick. Doesn't fit our team. And it is what it is. It is what it is.
Mm.
But hey, let's see. It's potential, a high potential pick, and they trade up in the 4th round for him. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let's keep going down the line. This Bucs team is so balanced and talented. The weak point will be the coach's ability to scheme with enough vision to utilize everyone to their max potential. Sky's the limit this year. That's actually a good question. I'll let you touch that one first.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to, what we saw early last year. Byron Leftwich, there's a lot of hate with the play calling, the system, use of players. Defensively, we were upset, of some of the players being used in certain ways. Shaq Barrett being dropped back. We had the whole ordeal of that Bears game where, I lost it because Shaq Barrett was dropping back in critical situations. And
we argued on that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, we argued on that. And I felt, Shaq should have been rushing the quarterback, but then it's like, well, no, I was wrong. The defense, it's drawn up this way. It's supposed to be executed. Shaq needs to get his ass back there in coverage and cover. And, it got better as the season went along. Same thing with the offense. There was a lot of, not a lot of motion, not a lot of play action. We continue to say play action, play action, play action.
Since week 1. And we would literally purposely show every damn play action pass that was successful.
Right.
Crazy.
Right. Yeah. There was that crazy stat where we saw, okay, when they do play action, it works like 99.9% of the time. And it's like
97 class. Don't get so jealous.
And then the tight ends and the lack of use of tight ends was becoming an issue. So yeah, I could see that. Hopefully they saw week 13 on, when they won 9 games in a row. Okay, we know it works. Let's continue to do so. So hopefully they take that into the season. They just get better on it. And I feel like with the offensive line, I think being set, you should be able to utilize more of your playbook and what you really want to do. And Tom Brady knows the offense, so that's got to help.
You're hoping Tom Brady is the offense this year. Almost
right.
Like if
we see no.
What?
No, I was just going to say, we see no huddle. We see, fast pace. We see, mix of tempo pretty much. And let Tom, if he sees something, he can make the audible or vice versa, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because maybe Leftwich calls something in, and then Brady sees the tendencies on the field himself, and he's like, "No, Leftwich, what about this one?" And literally, he's like, "No, I'm going to call it this way." You going to tell Tom Brady no? Let's be honest. The first year he was learning, he was still learning on the go. And he had to listen to you. Now that he's got it, he's literally. This almost seems bad. Half the teams with Brady, the other half is with the Bucs. I mean, who are you going to go to? The guy throwing the ball or the guy drawing up plays? I mean, you want to build a rapport? Yeah, go with Brady. He knows what to do to get you to the ship. Let's put it that way. But I mean, either way, I just think the coaching, bring it all full circle. You're right. I mean, that was a good question, actually, Danny. It is going to be tough. Are they going to still be prideful and say, no, let's do it my way? Or are they going to, again, stick to what did work and consistently got you yardage and first downs and wasn't just deep shots nonstop, even though a lot of the times those deep shots were open, even though people got pissed that we're only throwing the ball deep. That's kind of, again, what the offense is set up to do. But that's not the only option. Some of those underneath were there. They just didn't throw it. QB's decision, again, it's down to Brady, and usually he's making the best decisions, especially later in the season. Now he actually knows it. I'm excited. I am excited.
Yeah, I think we have mandatory OTAs this week, so we should hopefully the whole team will be there and be ready. So Bruce Arians doesn't throw a gasket, get upset.
Here, there's thighs.
Yeah, there's the thighs. I like that subtitle. Hey, who's the new guy?
Who are those thighs?
Yeah, who are those thighs? But yeah, it should be a good week, and I think this is the last get together, and then they're off for 6 weeks, and then training camp starts. So, and fans are going to be allowed at training camp, so that's pretty awesome. So hopefully, we can make it and see some of you guys there.
Hell yeah. I've been there a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been over a year, let's put it that way. COVID.
There you go. Yeah, vets report tomorrow. So awesome. Yeah, very good.
Real nice. I like it. Some other points. Oh, we still got a little bit more time. Where is it? Here we go. Farouk Kawab. Mike Edwards going to have the most INTs this season. That is a hot take. What do you think on that?
I like it. I think Mike was continuing to improve as the year went on. I mean, when he was on the field, he was really good. Not a lot of mistakes from Mike Edwards. I thought that, he continued to understand the offense better, and really the whole secondary as a whole. I think it clicks, especially late in the season. We saw what Sean Murphy-Bunting did in the playoffs. And everyone. I mean, Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield, and then Mike. I think was just always a playmaker. He was always getting hands on the football, making interceptions. Tackling still up and down, but I think that's improving. So it'll just be interesting to see how many 3 safety looks they give. They did a lot of it in the Super Bowl, and it was their best game ever. So maybe they do it more this year because guys understand what they have to do.
And what's crazy though, this year or last year, he had 2 interceptions and he played less than he did his first year.
Yeah,
he didn't have 1 interception. Like, that's crazy. But I mean, yeah, to see with more playing time, but that's a big thing. A team with this much depth, is he going to beat out Antoine Winfield? Hell no. Is he going to replace Jordan Whitehead? Let's see if he can stay healthy. He usually is, but Jordan Whitehead does what he does really well, which is smash the box. Great blood support. Mike Edwards doesn't really do that well. Are we going to force Antoine Winfield to come up in the box all the time? I wouldn't want that. He's a really good deep safety. So I don't know. Maybe he takes another step forward, but let's see. I mean, Jordan Whitehead still is right there. And I'm not going to push him out of the way because he does his job really, really well. Like, I was looking at his film study. Again, these are hints of who's coming down the road, guys. He's just nasty. Another solid, consistent player. He does one thing really well, and it's fill holes. He's like a small linebacker. Insane.
Yeah.
And very aggressive.
He's such an instinctive player. And when he's on the field, yeah, I like him. He's dynamic. And he can play that middle of the field so well. That's where you see him jump routes, especially in the middle of the field. The intermediate part, that's where he excels. No, I'm talking about Jordan Whitehead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jordan Whitehead, just coming downhill. Like he's really good at it, especially in coverage. I don't think he likes going backwards, but when he has the opportunity to play that robber in the middle of the field and take away the pass from the tight end or jump a route, he's really good. So yeah, I like all 3 of the safeties. I think obviously Winfield, he's got the most flexibility. He can do everything. And then Edwards, I think he could play back as far as deeper coverage. I actually like him going east to west more than say. Well, I don't know. I mean, they're all they're all good at going east to west. So yeah, it's a good luxury. We have really good safeties.
Yeah, but that's kind of going to be something where this is likely Jordan Whitehead's last year
Yeah,
with the
unfortunate.
Bucs
It
because
depends on the contract. Yeah.
I mean, a guy that his career is based off or his money's made knocking the crap out of you, and he just hurt his shoulder, his labrum of his shoulder, hitting someone. I mean, wear and tear with that smaller body. What he's supposed to do. I mean, look what Bob Sanders did. That was what he did, and short-lived. It was amazing, short-lived, but
Yeah.
it's hard to be longevity when your main job is knock the crap out of someone. We'll see, but I still love the dude. I mean, I've loved him since Pitt. Awesome player.
Yeah.
More hot takes. This is funny. Yeah. I go back to Arians saying, talking about the coaching. Why would I throw to the tight ends? That's what we have receivers for. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that too. Yeah, that was a good conversation. But really, when you think about the offense, it is designed for receivers. It's a receiver's offense. You know, he likes to get a lot of 11 personnel out there, a lot of 10 personnel with four wide receiver sets. And we see how many times we go empty. So definitely likes to maximize his playmakers on the field. But I will say, and 12 personnel, that's their best formation. They get a lot of success from it, especially when they do play action. It's open. I mean, Gronk's open, OJ's open. A lot of people are open.
Just keep saying open. They're
yeah.
Open. All right,
I mean, I said it last year. I was like, Scotty Miller's open on every play. Like he was open every time. So
you can't cover everyone on the team.
Yeah.
It's not just Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, AB, Gronk, Howard. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But let's keep going. So B Loggins. I want to get a Real Bucks Talk shirt to wear at camp. What's up? We got to get on that. We keep saying we're going to do it. We need to get. We literally used to have shirts. Plus, has worn a couple on here before.
Yeah, we're gonna have to update the shirts and maybe get a nicer look and present it pretty well. Maybe we'll get some of the maybe we can get the YouTube logo, Real Bucks Talk shirt,
right?
And then we also have our Twitter logo, so maybe we can mix and match.
Is anyone a designer, like a graphic designer? Shoot us an email or tweet us or instant message us or whatever it is. Direct DM us on Twitter or whatever. Find a way, just let us know, like maybe to spruce up what we got, and we'll start putting that in shirts and stuff like that.
Appreciate it.
Or just let us know. Yeah, we need to get one out there though. We'll get there. B Loggins. G Vegas, crazy. We're closer to the start of the season than we are to the Super Bowl win. Part of me still can't believe that we won. That's true.
Yeah,
it is.
It's gone by so fast. It feels like it was yesterday, but yesterday's long gone. So. But hey, we got that trophy. We got 2 trophies in the cabinet, so it feels great.
Feels great. Looks great. I can't wait to go to the game and see our actual the flag get put up.
That's gonna be nuts. Yeah, especially we got the go ahead for full stadiums and training camp and preseason. Yeah, it's gonna be. The stadium might explode. Like it's gonna be very loud.
If we dominate that game, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be very loud.
All right, let's get a few in here, like a speed round. See, into Winfield, we'll have an even better year this year. Absolutely, I kind of mentioned he was going to be there.
Yeah, you always see. Yeah, you always see that growth from year 1 to year 2. So that always happens.
He literally is a perfect candidate for that. Hot take. Not really. Lenny gets 1,000 yards. Proves to the dummies that he's our true number 1.
That would be fun. I love Lombardi Lenny. If we see Lombardi Lenny for the whole season, then
that one.
Yeah. I mean, could be 2,000 yards for Lenny. You never know.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I know. I would take a good 1,200, and maybe Rojo gets 1,000. I don't know how many times we run the ball. So,
fact, man, you love Lenny. I still think Rojo is the top dog in this thing.
oh yeah, he's just the premier. He's just a better runner.
More aggressive, more jump cut, crazy, run you over. It's not trying to make you miss. I'm just gonna get to where I need to get.
Yeah.
I mean,
if Rojo somehow can have a miracle where he can be natural at catching the football, learn how to pass protect, and he'll take over the running back room and earn that second contract.
I wouldn't pay him.
I wouldn't pay him either, but I think he wouldn't get a huge contract. I think it would be like $3 to $4 million.
Give it a sneak. That's what I want.
Yeah, that too. I would love to see Sneak Vaughn explode and take over as well.
Let's see the last couple here. I mean, don't worry about running backs next year. We got Keyshawn. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He's the number one go-to. And then if anything, maybe we do get one of these guys to a 1-year deal, like Lenny or Rojo come back for a 1-year deal. I mean, the running back position is getting devalued heavily. I mean, guys like Melvin Gordon were searching for teams just to sign to. And they just jumped on one because they had to. But
yeah, and Denver just drafted Javonte Williams, so that shows you, they're always looking to replace you running back wise.
James Conner, I mean, he just signed with the Cardinals. How deep into free agency did you wait to do that?
Yeah,
what's his Todd Gurley even signed yet? He was talking to the Lions recently.
Yeah, he's a free agent,
right? Desperate to get on a team, so you just don't know. Like, the position is so devalued.
Yeah.
So many of them. You don't want to lead bell cow anymore because they get hurt so easily.
Yeah.
And then you've seen of years past people giving them money and then, oops, bad investment. How do I get rid of this guy? I mean, yes, if you're the elite, it's hard to, you don't want to keep them. Like Kamara, Christian McCaffrey. What do you know? Two of the guys in our damn division.
I think the running back position now is like, you look at like Myles Gaskin, you look at who's the guy for Arizona? I forget his name. Yeah, Kenyon Drake. Guys like that. That's kind of like what your running back is now. A guy that can do everything: catch, run, block. That's what guys or teams are looking for, and get him at a cheap level. You look at Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a perfect example.
And just a beast.
Yep.
Love Chubb. All right, we're gonna end it on this. This is funny. Brady going to go for the longest run of his career this year, 20+ yards with that new knee.
That would be fun to see.
Brady, just get healthy.
Hey,
knock it out.
He said he was working on his speed, so maybe he's up to 4.8 and he can run. Be fun. Maybe they do a zone read option. Oh my God!
Please God no. Brass needs to stay on the bench for a while. Let's be honest. Please God no.
Oh man, Arians would never call that.
Okay.
Or Leftwich would never call it.
And
but guys,
pray for good players, pray for health. Plus, take it out.
Yeah, absolutely. But with that said, this was a fun podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had some good laughs on here, some great conversation as always, and just stay tuned. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're almost at 3,000, so we appreciate it. Help us out. Hit that like button for this content, and we got a lot of great stuff coming out soon. We got more player reviews coming, so it's going to be a lot of fun. With that said, guys, everyone have a great night and go Bucs.